Hello, commanders. So we are going to discuss about the Hall of Fame in today's video. So these are my recommendations. You can obviously these recommendations are subjective. You can change however you want them to be, but these are just my recommendations. The way I see things, you don't have to necessarily agree with me with my perspective, but this is just my perspective. So we have three camps. One is tenacity, one is courage, the third is resolve. Now, from my perspective, my first priority was always going for resolve. The reason was it gives you can see at the uh, construction speed, research speed, and leadership. So, my priority was to get the construction speed and the research speed bonuses right away. So, the captains I picked, you need two captains basically. If you can read at the bottom, level 290 epic legendary or mythic captains of this faction are needed too. So basically you need two captains. So if you have played the seasonal, the obvious choice will be Skadi and Cleopatra from this camp. If you don't have Skadi, go for Cleopatra and Helen. If you don't have even Helen, go for Cleopatra and Carter or this guy. That's up to you, but you have to make the mind in the beginning of the game. I realized, you can see I have never leveled up the useless captains. I knew what I really wanted to do with my captains. It's very, because I've played similar games before, therefore I was very clear in my mind that captains or officers or whatever they're called in different games, I have to understand them, how they work, and which ones are really useful according to my gameplay. What my gameplay would look like in the future, and which captains would suit me. Now, the mistake a lot of players do here is they keep upgrading any captain they like in the beginning, and later in the game they realize the captain they were working on was not that useful. So, you basically have scattered your XP points that you could have all put on one captain to level only one captain up, and instead you divided them among many captains. That way you don't have one specific captain really strong or really leveled up, you have multiple leveled up at the same level or like close to same level. Now that's a wrong approach in my opinion. Just focus on the one you really want. I would personally suggest you, if you don't have Scardy, go for Cleopatra. You can never go wrong with Cleopatra is amazing. Go for her, get her and go for her. Helen is amazing if you guys can afford the golden pass. Like, Helen is amazing. Get as many stars as you can on her. She is the best captain in the game for me, if you ask me. Now, coming to this thing, courage. Now, I was always divided about courage, that what to get in this section. Now, that has been cleared up right now. My mind is 100% clear now. The reason is, I'll show you. Did you see it yet? So if you don't have Hercules, now you'll have Heimdall that will come right in the courage section. So one of your captains, if you can get it from the seasonal, has to be Heimdall. You have to level him up. He's the strongest captain in the game yet. So there is no debate about this, that if you can get your hands on the Heimdall, go for him. Level him up to the max levels you can. He's an absolute beast, the strength he gives. Second, you can always go for Farhad. Never go wrong with Farhad. Gives a lot of research bonuses. Other captains are not very useful. If you really do want to get Tangle leveled up for Merc exchanges, you can, but you can see mine is 10 and I get a lot of Merc exchanges. So even if you don't use Tangle, not a problem. Just my opinion. Thirdly, in Tenacity, we have clear cut winners Beowulf and Amanitore. Amanitore is amazing for the raids, even for CP runs. She's a must have, in my humble opinion. Beowulf, absolute beast, monster. If you love COT, if you love Clash of Kingdoms, if you love attacking players, it is a must have captain. Gives you strength and health to your entire army. And also the camp itself gives health. The tenacity itself gives health. So if you too like COD. Now, what developers have done, we very smartly, is they have divided these dominance. I'll show you authority, and you can see authority at the bottom, authority and leadership in different camps. So you can't just research only one camp. Also, additionally, if you are to go down, these levels of Hall of Fame depends on working on all three camps. So you can't just do one of them and get all the bonuses. So you have to work all three of them, and they have divided all the captains in such a manner that you have to do all the captains. Therefore, at least have to do two from the same camp. So pick the ones you really want that suit your gameplay and also are strongest in that field. So obviously the mythic captains are red background, very strong. The second strongest are yellow background. These are very good as well. A monitor is a must have. He's the easiest captain that you can get to 7 stars. Because if you play Rise of the Ancients, you can get her stored up really, really fast. Because you get a lot of fragments of her from the Rise of the Ancient tournament, and Rise of the Ancient is your bread and butter in this game. If you're in a good clan that kills a lot of ancients, you are set. This is the theme of the game. Otherwise, you will have to spend a lot of money. But if you are in a good clan, like if you can spend a little bit in the early stages of the game and get into the good clan, that is the way to succeed in this game, in my humble opinion. Anyways, having said that, let's get back to the theme of Hall of Fame basically. So I am right now here. Now my next target would be to get uh, a monitor up to 290. With 290 level, you can see at the bottom, level 290 epic legendary mythic captains needed for faction 2. So when I'll have her at 290, I can level up this thing, Tenacity, right? And if you go into this, all the factions have to be 86 for me to level up this conquest points bonus, valor points bonus, and experience point bonus. Therefore, I will need the captain from the courage faction, two of them to be level 240. Now, either I can wait for Heimdall and get him up there, he will go really quick. The fighting captains can be leveled up really, really fast, especially if you're an active player that attacks a lot of ancient. And during the Lucky Bazaar thing, you have XP bonuses going on and everything, or you participate in other tournaments like we have Dark Omens now, which is good for leveling up captains as well. The Arcanomancer. Also, you have in the Olympus, you have Bararius. You can level up captains really fast now with these new artifacts and everything. It is much easier for you to level up the captains now compared to the older times. So this is how I have set up my armies or captains. You can do whatever you want to, but just make up your mind and make it early. Because I've seen players that have developed like logos to 400 level plus. I can understand it gives health and strength to specialists, and if you are a court player, you might need him. But still, I knew in my gut that I am not gonna play court because that's costly. It might give you silver during attacking players and portals, and might give you good CP. So your like CP progress will be much faster. But you sacrifice a lot of gold and sacred potions in the process of attacking and getting attacked. Therefore, I realized if I have to stop spending on the game, I need to cut out the specialist part of the game. So that was my theory. I know players love specialists, they love attacking other players. That's your game style. I'm not criticizing anyone. You can play however you want this game to be. Because I've seen players that get a ton of silver, like hundreds of millions of silver by attacking other players. And you can see my gameplay is 180 degrees opposite of that. I stay in shield 24/7, 365 days, whole year I've stayed in the shield. And I have never run out of silver so far, at least. So it depends how you manage your resources. You can similarly set up your like Hall of Fame accordingly. That you need to know your play style first before you work on your Hall of Fame. Eventually you will need two captains from each faction to get to all the bonuses and get all these levels. So you need all three, like two each you have to pick. So whatever suits you, pick them, but pick them wisely and pick them early in the game. You need to understand what you actually like in the game to be able to pick the captains you want. So I know Beowulf, I will love. I always knew from the start that I need to get him. I knew Monitori will be my raid queen. So this was set. In this section, I was always confused because I know Farhad had to be leveled up because of the research thing. But the other captain, I was not really sure. This, I leveled her up for flying unit health and strength for the citadels basically. But now that I've seen that Heimdall will be placed in this section, if I get my hands on Heimdall, he will be the one, the main priority captain that I will be leveling up really, really fast and the highest in the game because he has the best strength bonus in the game so far. Hercules, if you have, definitely go for him. He's good, but he's very expensive. I was very, very close to once buying it because I really had like $250 at that time and I could only get him to 1 star. And I was very, really close to buying him, but I never bought it because, it, like, I can go in detail why I didn't buy at that time. But now that I don't even have the money, so I can't buy him anymore, anyways. But it was the right decision, if you ask me. I didn't buy him. My captains are good enough, I believe. So this is my Hall of Fame theory. If you guys have any question regarding Hall of Fame, do let me know. Give it a thumbs up, like the video, share the video as always. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to my videos. I'll keep bringing you informative stuff up so you guys can learn, especially the new players in the newer kingdoms. I'm making these videos for you guys. The older guys know all this stuff. So there are a number of ways you can play the game. Like, I'm just giving you my perspective, my thought process, how I have tried to push my captains and Hall of Fame levels up. And I won't bother at leveling all up according to Hall of Fame in the beginning of the game, but you need to have some clarity in mind that what will be your two picks in each section to go up. So just my thought process. Thank you for watching, guys. Like, subscribe.